Okay guys, in the course of this video I'm going to be explaining this question and solving it. Let's quickly solve this. It says calculate the enthalpy change for the reaction below. You can see propane reacting with oxygen to give carbon dioxide and water. Okay, now first of all we have to know what we call enthalpy change. First of all, the word enthalpy, what does enthalpy mean? The word enthalpy denoted by H, it means what? The heat content of a reaction. The heat content of a reaction. And change is denoted by what? As we all know, a similar like triangular shape. So therefore you can say enthalpy change is what? Delta H, because this triangle similar shape is called delta, signifying change, which is change in the heat content of a reaction. Enthalpy change, delta H. And the formula delta H is given by the heat product, the heat of product minus the heat of what? Reactant. P means product, R means reactant, and the capital letter H are the what? The heat. So we have the heat of product minus what? The heat of reactant. So this is the formula for finding enthalpy change. Now what are we going to do about this heat of product? Now you can see the products are what? Carbon dioxide and water, and we're giving what? Their enthalpy change, carbon dioxide and that of water. So we're going to be adding these two up. Yes, that is for the heat of product. And the heat of reactant, which are these? We are going to be adding them. They will subtract heat of reactant from heat of product. Now, first of all, the heat of product, HP, which is the heat of product, will now be what? Let's bring out our products. Our products are what? 3 moles of carbon dioxide plus what? And we have 4 moles of water. Okay. Alright, now the carbon dioxide, the heat change is what? Minus 394. It is always given in the question. Minus 394. And take note, we are going to times it with the whole number that is present times 3. And we have what? Water. That of water is what? Minus 286. Minus 286 times what? The whole number, which is 4. Now getting this, we have, let me quickly press my calculator. Minus 394 times 3 and minus 286 times 4. Now as you can see, when you press your calculator, you will get minus 1182 and minus 1144. Now we are going to add them together to get the heat of what? The product. So adding them together, I have minus 1182 plus minus 1144. As we all know, plus times minus will give us minus. So therefore we have minus 1182 minus 1144, because plus times minus give us minus. So therefore our heat of product will now be equals to what? Minus 1182 minus 1444. That will be what? Minus 2326. Now these are heat of product. Now let's quickly look for our heat of reactant. Let's go to this side. Heat of reactant will now be what? Now what are the reactants? Propane and what? Oxygen. Now you can see propane here is minus 104. So we have, let's write it out, C3H8 and what? Oxygen. That's 5 moles of oxygen. Now what do we have here for C3H8, which is propane? Minus 104 times 1. Why? Because we take 1 because there is nothing there. We all know that when there is nothing there, we write 1, because 1 is insignificant, so there's no need of writing it at the end initially. So we are just going to introduce it here. Now we are having what? Oxygen. Oxygen here is 0. So we have 0 times 5 because of this 5 whole number. So therefore our heat of product will now be 0 times 5. You agree with me that is 0. So minus 104 times 1 will now be what? Minus 104. Now we have the heat of what? The reactant. Therefore the enthalpy change, which is denoted by delta H, will now be equals to what? Minus 236 minus 2326, sorry, minus, because of the formula, minus again 104. Now remember, the formula is heat of product minus heat of reactant. The heat of product is this value, then there is a minus. The heat of reactant is still having another minus, which is minus 104. So therefore, applying mass We have minus times minus will give us plus 104. Now pressing your calculator, we have answer will now be minus 2222 minus 2222 kilojoules. Take note, this is the final answer. This is what our enthalpy change. Now take note, if peradventure you are asked to find the enthalpy change and determine if the reaction is exothermic or endothermic. When we say endothermic means what? Heat is being absorbed during the chemical reaction. Heat is being absorbed. While exothermic means what? Heat is being released into the surroundings. You get? Endothermic, heat is being absorbed, while exothermic, heat is released. Another thing you need to take note of is that endothermic is positive, while exothermic is what? Negative. So whereby when you get what? When we get a negative answer, we will say the reaction is exothermic, meaning heat has been released during the reaction. But whereby we get a positive 2222, we will say that the reaction is endothermic, which means heat is being absorbed. But in this question, our final answer was a negative sign, which is minus 2222 kilojoules. Therefore, this reaction is exothermic, which means heat is being released. Now, if you find this video helpful, please click on the plus sign to follow me. And if you go to my bio, you will see the link that will take you to my YouTube channel, where you can subscribe and hit on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I release my videos. Stay tuned. God bless.